Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. I'd like to basically just show you where we are here at the moment in terms of the waves and the TA. So first of all, we can see that in the correction we are coming down here in a descending channel. We have come into my target area that I already defined here on the way up. We at the time defined the target area here. At the time when we went up here to the all-time high, that target area was sitting a little bit higher because I had estimated at the time or assumed that we could move a little bit higher all the way up to $350 before we see that correction. That never happened. We then switched scenarios and did then obviously start that correction, and we've now hit the target area, already hit the target area at 130, the original one. Obviously reduced it down now because we are already in it, and just to narrow it down here a little bit. Now, what is currently happening here in more detail in terms of the Elliott waves? My view is that we are seeing here an ABC correction. Did have before the A and the B here, but I think the way I would like to show it to you now makes a little bit more sense, just to give you an idea what could happen next as well. And again, this is not what needs to happen, what needs to happen here. It is one possible scenario, in my view, the most likely one that is going to play out here for Solana. And in my view, from this wave C, as you might know, a wave C is always it's typically a 5-wave move. What we see here, in my view, is a larger wave 1, 2. Then we might have now completed that wave 3. We're gonna see a wave 4, pretty similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum, what I would expect. And then we're coming down in a wave 5. Now, it's not as simple as that, because in that wave 3, you can see that the wave 3 is obviously made up of 5 waves as well. You can see here wave 1, 2, so I can make that a bit clearer. We've got here a wave 1, 2, then you're coming down in your wave 3, coming up in your wave 4, and now we have completed that wave 5. And that wave 5 would be part of a wave 3. And one reason of why I think this is very possible, that this is actually the scenario, is that if we take the Fibonacci levels, and we draw the fibs from the beginning of the wave 1 to the wave 1, then we can see that typically a target area for a wave 3 is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. And you can see that is exactly where we are. From the beginning of that wave 1 to the wave 1, that's the 100% of the wave 1. And one very important price target for the wave 3 is the 1.618 extension. Now, normally it's at least the 1.618 extension. In this case, we've perfectly hit it basically. And that makes me very confident that this could really be just the wave 3. And you can see that the wave 3 is made up very clearly of 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a long wave 5. And we are possibly now gearing up here for a little bit of a retracement into a wave 4. Now, how high does the wave 4 need to come? So we take the fibs from the beginning of the wave 3 all the way to the end of the wave 3. That now assumes the wave 3 is already finished. It doesn't need to be. But then we can identify here a target area for the retracement. And that would be between the 0.214 fib level, so $106, all the way up to 141. Now, I'm a bit skeptical if we're going to reach the 141. I think what might be more realistic is just here between the 0.214 fib level, which is the minimum it needs to do, and the 0.382 fib level at $127. So this is where I would expect the price to get into, at least here to the $106. I mean, we've already come back to that level nearly. Well, we didn't after the low. No, we didn't. So this is still to happen. We're currently sitting at $92. That would be from the current level around a 14% increase. That could theoretically happen tomorrow, maybe, if they, depending on what kind of announcement is coming out of that meeting, the Fed meeting. But that could then play out. And as soon as we know where the wave 4 will land, we can calculate the wave 5. I think the wave 5 could certainly get then all the way down to 55, 56 US dollars. I think this is a very likely way of looking at it. Typically also looking here at the wave 4 here, the small wave 4, we can see also that is very valid. The wave 4 here did retrace all the way to the 0.618 actually, but again adhered very well to the fib levels. It was actually a bit too high already for a wave 4, but still not invalidated because it did not get into the price area of that wave 1. And overall, yeah, I think this is what could really be playing out. So I would expect imminently a move up here, pretty much what Bitcoin is doing as well at the moment, even though it's looking fairly weak at the moment. But you can see we made a lower low here, but we can already see on the 4-hour chart, for example, that bullish divergence, yeah, where we have a lower low on the price chart, a higher low on the 4-hour chart. Let's see if we can see it on the 8-hour chart as well. Yes, for sure. Can see it on the 8-hour chart as well. Not yet on the daily chart. We might see that play out over the next few days. And because we see a bullish divergence here, it could already be an indicator, yeah, that we can move up from here, and that would be then into that area of the wave 4. Looking at the maximum of that price area here of around 127, that would fit very well here with that top of the channel. So it would also be a possibility, try to reach the top of that channel, but can't get there really, or can't get above. And this is when people will get too bullish, but probably then we're going to see that final sell-off. And that tells me that we're really close to the low already. I mean, looking generally, let's take a look here on the weekly. The weekly chart tells me, yes, there is more scope to move lower. The RSI here, certainly at the 40 level currently. You know, we're getting close to oversold. Not too close yet, but I think we're getting close here on the RSI. Still no recovery though. On the 4-day chart as well, going further down, but here we can see we're very, very close to the oversold level. So you know, the space that we have to fall further is getting limited. On the 2-day chart we're already oversold, and the last time we've never been on this chart, at least here on this FTX chart, we've never been that oversold on the 2-day chart. So that is quite significant actually. And also on the daily chart, never been that oversold. Normally would be an amazing time to buy. Just looking at the overbought, oversold range, I don't see why it should be different this time. And again, that is no financial advice, but you know that I did start to dollar cost average into Solana, but I do expect one further drop. But you know, I am happy with the current prices for Solana. A 2-digit Solana is just amazing. Who would have thought, you know, when we were at 250 that we would come down here? Well, okay, we had the target area defined here, but that we really come down that low, I mean, I was skeptical. I was thinking maybe $100 is realistic. Is 55 really realistic? I didn't think so, but now, yeah, actually, well, we had it at the target level. But yeah, now we're actually going to get down there. Yeah, seems to be one more move up and then down. That is what I would think primarily. And then we should see the reversal, hopefully. It certainly has a good chance to reverse then down here. If that level gets lost, of course, we're going to fall much further. That is a very important support level. But looking at the indicators, hopefully that level is going to hold. It's looking like that at the moment. And looking at the wave count as well, we should get towards the end of the correction. But of course, I can't promise that. I don't have a crystal ball. I would still expect new all-time highs this year, actually. And that is based on the assumption that we are seeing here by the way, there's something wrong here with that wave 1 and wave 2. I don't know what happened there. Need to look at that in a bit more detail. Maybe like that. I think that is how it was. I need to look it up. But this is all based on finishing that correction off and then moving into a bullish wave 3. And the wave 3 is typically fairly bullish. You can see that the other way around here, how bearish that wave 3 is. If the downtrend is going down, or if the trend is going down, the wave 3 is very impulsive to the downside. On the other way around, the wave 3 is typically the most bullish one on the way up as well. All right, yeah, that is pretty much my view on Solana now. Hope you liked the update about Solana. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe you want to consider to join as a channel member and join the amazing community on Discord, Telegram, and you get a weekly live stream as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.